I knew, for lack of a better word, I couldn't be too black.
Ryan Clark is finally speaking out after his shocking exit from ESPN, and his comments are raising some serious questions. During a recent appearance on the Pivot podcast, Clark didn't hold back. Many viewers felt he was strongly suggesting that race played a role in how ESPN handled the situation. His departure wasn't quiet either. Reports say Ryan Clark was let go during a live broadcast, with the decision taking effect right after a commercial break. The sudden timing caught both fans and insiders completely off guard, turning what should have been a normal show into one of the biggest talking points in sports media. As soon as the news broke, reactions exploded across social media. Analysts, former athletes, and fans all weighed in with their opinions. Among the most vocal was Emmanuel Acho, who publicly defended Ryan Clark and questioned ESPN's handling of the entire situation. Now, with Clark finally breaking his silence, the controversy has reached a whole new level.
Executives are cowards. That is my reaction. Executives are cowards. It's cowardly. On NFL Live. NFL Live, a show that's for the last 2 years won back-to-back Emmy Awards for best daily sports show. And you're going to fire an anchor of that show? No, to me, it is cowardly to fire a man in the midst of him working for a show that he has built up to Emmy level and Emmy quality.
What caught me completely off guard was what happened next. Several people connected to ESPN's NFL coverage reportedly started criticizing Emmanuel Acho. They felt he was using the controversy to elevate Ryan Clark while taking unnecessary shots at the network and the show itself, as if everything the program had accomplished meant nothing. That quickly added another layer to an already heated debate, with personalities from across the sports media world choosing sides and defending their own perspectives. Take a look at this clip. The original build was Mark Malone.
Right.
The original build was Mark Malone, myself, Mike Golick, and Merrill Hodge. And not only did we build it, it went from NFL Tonight the first time,
Right.
changed it to NFL Live. That shit was built long before it. All we did was heat up the seat for somebody else to come and fill it. Or should I say, try to fill it. NFL Live does a nice job when they're sticking to football and when they're talking sports. Does a nice job. At any time, I'll put this out there. Anytime you want to get me and then Mark Schlereth comes along. Phenomenal. Add Darren Woodson and Eric Allen to it. Phenomenal. Then Mark Malone's contract was up. He went, bring in Trey Wingo. Phenomenal host. NFL Live was when you say built it, you're trying to tell me that it was we didn't build the foundation on sand. We built that motherfucker on steel and concrete. That doesn't mean other people weren't good and doesn't mean they're not good now. But built it? Your ass. Give me a break. Give me a break. It's not even the comparison is almost embarrassing that I have to sit up here and do this. And I don't address this shit, Segs. I just don't, because this is comical, embarrassing, hyperbolic bullshit.
The response was anything but subtle. The criticism came across as direct and uncompromising, with the speaker dismissing the entire controversy as exaggerated, overblown, and not even worth taking seriously. Instead of treating the accusations as legitimate, they framed them as nothing more than unnecessary drama. But the conversation didn't stop there. Soon after, Stephen A. Smith addressed the situation himself. While he didn't go into every detail, his comments suggested that even someone with his influence has limits when it comes to decisions made behind the scenes at ESPN. Stephen A. openly admitted that he wished he could have done more for Ryan Clark. However, he made it clear that the final decision wasn't his to make, implying that the network's leadership had already made up its mind. His remarks gave viewers a rare glimpse into how little control even one of ESPN's biggest stars may have over major personnel decisions.
And he's not somebody that I just loved working with. He's somebody that I love, period. That I will always be here for in every way, shape, form imaginable that I can. I just wish that I could have been in enough of an influential or powerful position to prevent his exit from happening.
For many people watching, Ryan Clark's departure wasn't just about one analyst losing his job. It also raised questions about Stephen A. Smith's influence inside ESPN. Some viewers interpreted the move as a clear signal that regardless of Stephen A.'s popularity or contract, the network's biggest personnel decisions are ultimately made by executives, not on-air talent. Whether that interpretation is accurate or not, it quickly became a major topic of discussion across sports media. Around the same time, ESPN finalized a major agreement involving NFL media rights, making the timing of the company's restructuring an even bigger talking point. Now, Ryan Clark is finally sharing his perspective on the Pivot podcast. During the conversation, he reflected on his experience at ESPN and discussed the challenges he says he faced while working there. Clark suggested that he sometimes felt pressure to tone down parts of his identity in order to fit the network's culture, comments that have sparked intense debate online and led to different interpretations from viewers and commentators. Let's take a look at what Ryan Clark had to say in this next clip. And if you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and I genuinely appreciate your support.
You know, man, like this show, for 3 years, bro, we never shied away from any topic.
Right.
We never shied away from tackling anything. We did this year. Because I knew I couldn't have no beef. I knew I couldn't respond to disrespect, right? I knew, for lack of a better word, I couldn't be too black. What makes me sad is, even in trying to adjust to be at least more of what certain people wanted, they still fired me. When I go home, and this kid, you know, from the West Bank, is like so accepted in New Orleans now. Like, I wouldn't change that. You know, never. You know, like, all I ever wanted to do was be accepted. You know, and want it. So yeah, like that, I wouldn't change. You know? If you ask me, probably the first, like, Monday of football, when all my friends get to do something like we did, like, super special together, yeah, I'd probably change it. You know? I'd probably work harder to, like, be who they wanted me to be. Or
those comments offered a deeper look into how Ryan Clark says he experienced his time at ESPN. According to Clark, he often felt pressure to hold back parts of his identity in order to fit the environment. He suggested that despite making those compromises, he still ended up leaving the network. That's his perspective, and it's become one of the biggest talking points surrounding his departure. Looking at the situation from a broader career standpoint, it also highlights the importance of building something beyond a single employer. In today's media landscape, many of the biggest personalities are investing in their own brands, podcasts, and production companies, rather than relying entirely on one network. That's a strategy we've seen from figures like Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee. Both have expanded their reach through independent platforms, giving themselves a larger audience and more negotiating power while continuing to work with major media companies. Stephen A. Smith, in particular, spent years growing his personal brand outside of traditional television. Between launching podcasts, making appearances on major interview shows, and expanding into radio and production, he created multiple platforms that increased his influence beyond ESPN alone. The result is clear. Having an audience that follows you, rather than just the company you work for, creates valuable leverage when it comes to contracts and long-term career decisions. Whether Ryan Clark should have taken a similar path is something fans continue to debate. Supporters argue that building an independent media presence earlier might have given him more flexibility and options. Others believe the circumstances surrounding his departure go far beyond that. In the end, everyone will have their own opinion on what happened. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you agree with Ryan Clark's perspective, or do you think ESPN handled the situation appropriately? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more sports news and analysis, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.